The Berardini cars and tow trucks were among the sharpest appearing and best prepared at Santa Ana.
Minor changes. This Roadster runs a flathead, run by the Berardini brothers.
The 404 is on your right in this historic footage taken at Santa Ana by Don Tuttle, the track announcer at Santa Ana.
Berardini car again. The Berardini run about 3 or 4 cars out there.
The 404 was the Street Roadster class champion for 6 years in a row: 1950, 1951, 1952, 1953, 1954, and 1955. During those years, it won 80 to 90% of its races. It is one of the winningest drag race cars in history. This small advertisement was placed in Drag News. After the death of a dear friend in a racing accident on the Dry Lakes, Pat, in his grief, decided to sell the 404 and stop racing. For $975, the new buyer would become the custodian of a justifiably famous and race-winning car. Ironically, in the same issue of Drag News, the story tells that the 404 set a street roadster record at the Saugus drag strip at 110.14 miles per hour. One last view of the 404 Junior as it appears days before it was sold. The Junior was in honor of Pat's son, Pat Berardini Jr., who was born in the year that Pat started racing the car. The 404 makes a rip-roaring cameo appearance in The Blackboard Jungle.
1, 2, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, rock. 5, 6, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, rock. 9, 10, 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, rock. We're gonna rock around the clock tonight. Put your glad rags on.
Yeah. To the three of us.
To the three of us.
You all right?
What happened?
Some crazy kids, that's what happened.
Gene Lacoste is now the proud owner of the 404. This photograph was taken for the Marin County newspaper. At the front of the car is his wife Mary Lou, and at the rear is her girlfriend Corinne. Note that Pat's name has been removed from the cowl, and Gene has painted his nickname Gino in the same spot. The 404 was displayed at the Oakland Roadster Show in 1959. It received the All-American Roadster Award. This photograph is courtesy of Andy Southard Jr. It appears on page 66 of his book, Hot Rods of the 1950s. Another view from the Oakland Roadster Show. Note that Berardini Brothers, which had appeared above the 404, has now been painted over. This photo was taken at Salinas. Gene Lacoste was still running the Berardini flathead engine. On July 25, 1955, it set the track record and then broke it on October 16, 1955, at 103.45 miles per hour. Gene brings the 404 back via the return road at Salinas. Note the late 40s and early 50s cars lining the return road and the ambulance in the background. Gene Lacoste installed headlamps and retained the bob fenders to be eligible for the Street Roadster class. Gene was a member of the famous Pacers Racers from the San Francisco area. The club plaque has been mounted on the spreader bar. After setting records at 15 Northern California tracks with the flathead engine, Gene Lacoste installed an awesome Hemi engine. Gene and veteran Indy mechanic Charlie Tabucchi look at the beautifully finished racer. The timing tower in the background shows the 404 at Half Moon Bay. The slogan, "Where records are broken," proved to be prophetic. On September 10, 1961, the Hemi-powered 404 set a world record for a gas competition roadster with an ET of 11.61 seconds at 136.36 miles per hour. Tire smoke fills the cockpit as the 404 launches from the starting line. Hot Rod magazine featured the best of the best cars. This is the cover of the October 1960 issue, which featured the 404 in a 2-page article entitled A Racing Man's Deuce. The Hot Rod magazine article details the important features of the car, including the 354 cubic inch Chrysler engine with a Winfield cam, milled heads with 12.5 to 1 compression, and a cast aluminum intake manifold with 8 carburetors. Although the car is now painted goldenrod yellow, it still bears the distinctive 404 numerals. In 1968, Rudy Perez became the third owner of the 404. The article in Street Rod Builder, August 2000, is appropriately titled, History in Motion. Some cars have history, some have style. Rudy's 32 Ford Roadster has both. To carry on the tradition, Rudy's custom license plate reads 404 Junior. To adapt the car for street use, Rudy installed a small block Chevrolet engine and Power Glide transmission. As an associate member of LA Roadsters, Rudy drove the car thousands and thousands of miles, including a coast-to-coast round trip. Still known as the 404, Rudy displayed it with the LA Roadsters at the 2003 Grand National Roadster Show in Pomona, California. There it received the Brizio Family Award for the Best Street-Driven Hot Rod. At the 2004 Grand National Roadster Show, Roger Morrison of Salina, Kansas, first saw the legendary car in person. Apparently the timing was right, as Rudy agreed to sell the car so it could be restored to its original Berardini Brothers configuration by Dave Krause and his crew at Custom Auto in Loveland, Colorado. 2003 marked another landmark for the 404 and the Berardini Brothers. The Golden Age Award was created by the National Hot Rod Association to honor pioneers and outstanding individuals in drag racing's early, colorful history. The California Hot Rod Reunion at Bakersfield was the inaugural year for the Golden Age Award. Appropriately, the Berardini brothers were the recipients of the first Golden Age Award. Pat Berardini receives the Golden Age Award from Dave McClellan. A 1955 Drag News article read, Tony and Pat Berardini are a couple of guys who have shown their interest in the problems of younger guys by helping them with information on engines, and many times have donated awards at the strips. The 404 will be shown at the 2005 Grand National Roadster Show at Pomona. Its restoration to the original Berardini Brothers form completes the cycle. Always known as the 404 through 3 owners and 3 configurations, it will once again appear as Pat and Tony raced it while winning 80 to 90% of their races. The restoration of this landmark and historic car was done as a tribute to the Berardini brothers. It will serve as a permanent reminder of their innovation, style, and competitiveness. It will provide future generations an accurate picture of one of the absolute best cars of the golden age of drag racing in Southern California.